Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I've got a set of 7-inch LED fog lights to put on here and take these little cheap ones off. These are from Supree. We're going to put them on here and see what they're like, try them out at night. They should be pretty good. These are actually the yellow ones instead of just the clear like I have right here. So let's go ahead and unbolt these. It should be easy to install this because I already have the wires right here, and connect them, and then we'll see what they look like at night. Should be a simple install. First thing I need to do is unbolt these old ones, and these have been okay, but finally they're turning yellow on the lens and stuff. Finally time to get rid of them. Super easy to install. There's just a one bolt on each one, probably in a washer, and that's about it. Okay, we got rid of them. Now let's take a look at these. So these are 7-inch. They're going to be a lot larger, which should be nice. So there is the light pod itself. I think it's huge. So it has floodlights around here, looks like, and then a spot in the center. And it's a 3-wire, so you got ground, and then you got spot and flood. So you can turn on either one. Now, the way mine is wired, I'll have to just wire them all together or use just the flood, one or the other. But we'll put them on there and we'll see. And then, of course, we have the mounting hardware right here, which is also pretty simple. You just got a long bolt to go through the bracket and one bolt to bolt it to the bumper of the Jeep. Okay, so on a bracket, we have the big short bolt that will go in here, and it actually just locks in this position right here is what it does. So we can go ahead and put these brackets on the Jeep, then we'll slide the lights onto the brackets. Okay, so we go ahead and set our bracket on here. Then we're going to use one flat washer and one lock washer on that. And then we're going to use one hex nut. We can line it up here and just kind of square it with our bracket right here. That way we know it's going to be straight ahead. That is, as long as your bracket is straight. Do our other side here. Flat washer, then lock washer. And our hex nut. Okay, so our nut here that we use on the bottom and the ones on the side is 17 millimeter. That's what we tighten them up with. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up so it's pretty much straight, I believe. And I can go ahead and tighten these down. I won't be needing to move them this way no more once I get them tightened. Gonna have to put a wrench in here maybe, just to hold the bracket from turning on me. Okay, same over here. So basically, I just want to show you how easy these things are to install. Now, if you don't have them pre-wired like I do, it'll be a little bit more because you're going to have to run some wires. But luckily, I have mine already wired because I had that old set on here. Make sure them's nice and tight. Don't want them coming loose going down the road. Should be nice and solid. Okay, now our next step is to take our light pod, set it on here, run our bolt through, the long bolt. Then we do the same. We go flat washer, lock washer, and then the 17 millimeter hex nut, like so. We'll do the same on this one. You can put the bolts either way. I'm just putting them to where the nuts are to the inside. Flat washer, lock washer, hex nut. Okay, now we can snug this up. Not tightening it yet, I'm just making it snug. So it will actually hold itself up when I move it, like so. Then I'll do the same over here, like that. And just aim them straight up as far as I can get them. And then what I'll do is I'll have to take them at night after I turn them on at night and I can see the road, then I can kind of get an adjustment as far as where I want them. Tighten this one. Go ahead and tighten them down now fairly tight. I can always loosen them back up when I adjust the up and down where I want it. Okay, now pretty much what we have here is a ground wire and 2 positives. One of these is going to be for the center spot. One of these is going to be for the flood on the outside. For right now, this is just going to be temporary. Just make sure they don't touch until I see how they look. Then I'll finalize the wires, put them back in there where they'll actually go slide down inside this tube where you won't see them. Okay, so now I have them connected. I'll go in here in the Jeep and turn them on. Okay, so there we are with just the spots on. You see them in the dead center. Okay, now we have just the floodlights on, the outer ring. And now we have the outer ring and the center spots on, both spot and flood. And they look really bright, so we'll find out as soon as it turns dark out here. Okay, here they are. It's a little bit before dark. Looking good. Okay, here we have it. It's pretty much dark. This thing's picking up a lot of light. It's darker out here than what it looks like on the camera. But you can see I have it on spot right now. And you can see the 2 spots, one right here, one right there. And now we'll go ahead and connect it to flood. Okay, and here is flood. Really lights it up on flood. It don't have that spot out. It kind of has a spot out there a little bit. But it kind of floods the whole area with this amber light. Now we'll put on spot and flood. Okay, so now we have it on spot and flood. So you can see all the flood area, and you can still see those 2 spots way out there. So now we'll head down the road with it, see what it looks like. Okay, so headed out here to go down the road. It looks really good. So that's spot and flood, which I think driving most of the time on any road, you wouldn't want the spots on to blare into people's eyes. But for now, for our test, we'll just have them both on so we'll get the maximum light out of this. And you can see it actually is lighting up some street signs way over there. Hopefully you can see that. Probably not, it's so bright. But just to give you an idea of what we had. Now this is just these lights on, no headlights at all. So you can kind of see what we're getting without the headlights on. I can actually turn the headlights on here. Now there we are with the headlights on and the spot and flood. Just spot and flood now. It looks really good. Shines out there a long ways. Okay, so there we go. So you could actually drive with just these. Would turn the spots off, run it just on the flood if he's going to do that. But if you're going off-road and need the spot to reach out there a long ways, they definitely do a good job of that too. So with just the you can see just the spots make those 2 circles. The rest, all that is all the flood. Really cool.